tried to debate them. They're so far out of the know that they can't even recognize truth when it's told to them. Do you know that the majority of the people that look up information on the Illuminati point their fingers at people in the Illuminati? If you actually sat down in a room with these people and were allowed to ask them questions and they had to be honest with you, if they told you the truth, you either wouldn't understand or you would roll your eyes, you would laugh at them. I know enough to know that. A problem with somebody in an organization like that is not only are they separated from you, they're separated from you because they cannot relate to you. Because what you think is not what they think is. That's first and foremost, and that's by design, by that which sucked them into it. They're also controlled by an oath with fear. And it's not just fear of death. They'll use threats of the unknown because these people are shown different templates of reality. And they say, we control that too. So if you do this, it's not over when you die. We'll get you here, here, and here. And they don't know any difference. They can't prove that that isn't happening, that won't happen. That's the fear of the unknown. When are you subjected to the fear of the unknown? When you look outside of yourself for meaning. They are answering to a consciousness that overwhelms them. It can speak through anyone. They know it. If they want to ask it a question, they can look in a cloud. So that can be overwhelming for them, and I understand that. My intent is not to point my finger at anybody or anything on any scale. I don't have a goal, because in eternity there is no end. So how could I let the end justify my means? That would be a backwards, cancerous approach. It's the same thing as looking for a symbol first and then trying to learn the meaning. There is no end in eternity, so how can that possibly justify your intent now to try to seek some goal or worry about whether you will succeed or fail? Once you are thinking about that, you corrupt your means. Let your means be your means in any given moment. To feel and express the truth, to see what gives you joy. What makes you feel alive, not elated. I'm not talking about pleasure or manic behavior. I'm talking about calm meaning to your life. When you give and you feel what you feel. You cannot let whether you think you're going to fail or succeed drive or motivate your expression now. If your expression is the correct one, of truth, of spirit, you have to trust that the results will always be the correct one. If your expression is the right expression, your perception of any result will be a correct result. The people in these societies are sucked in, then they're blackmailed. Because even though they believe they have all of this knowledge, some of it is filtered in their mind by the consciousness that controls their minds. So they don't think about certain things. Controlling of their mind to make them deviate in a way that society would want to pick up stones and throw them at them. Because society is corrupt too. That's why they're so judgmental. These people are scared of that type of persecution. I understand that. I'm not going to point my finger at them for being scared of it. Rather, I would like to go through it in some ways myself and show them that it's worth it. And show them their own value. I want to show everybody value. I'm not polarized here. Because that's what's in my heart. If I feel like a healer, how could I look at somebody with a disease and just focus on their behavior and be too stupid to recognize that their behavior is a result of a condition? Now, if I have true wisdom, wouldn't I address the condition? I would only focus on somebody's conduct throughout their life if I had a very small mind and had no capabilities, no abilities, no talent, no gift to give, no ability to create. My desire is to heal both myself and everything I see, and not carry the whole world on my shoulders when I do it, but rather be moment to moment. Since everybody else is ignoring the problem, the majority, and I say, wait a minute, that person doesn't have to be that way. They don't have to be corrupt, and I know it because I've watched my own corruption get healed. So if it can happen for me, I know it can happen for somebody else. I would be what you call a fool. The one that comes in with the hat and the bells? I would be a fool to blind myself to the whole picture and not take everything into account. That includes my own behavior, my own path, because that's where I'm going to get any knowledge from anyway. Which is why I told you before, I can't give you too much detail about my path. I don't want to lead you from your path. It's the knowledge that matters. A lot of it has to be rhetoric or just guidance, putting two and two together, but without details that you're going to memorize. I don't want to tell you anything, I want to show you. And all I can show you is what I've experienced. I have no interest in reading something here, watching something there, and then making a video about it. Why? That's not me. That's not my creation. The other people already did it. I don't need to do that. If I do that, I'm just taking up space anyway. I'm a repeater. If I can't add to something, then I have no reason to be talking about it. I've been walking a path where I've been forcing myself to extract meaning. And it's a struggle at first. But the more you do that, the more you make yourself put two and two together from your own life, the better you get at it and the quicker the information comes. I promise you. Don't discourage yourself because you can't extract meaning the first month. That's like I said before. You pick up a guitar and you think you're going to play like Eric Clapton and you can't. So you think, screw it, and you put it down. Well, you're out of your mind to think that in the beginning. You've got to put some effort in. Some people, they don't even listen all the way through my videos. They listen to the first 4 parts. And then they question me. Then they send me questions. Because they have no attention span and they're not driven correctly. They want immediate gratification as they've been trained to want it. They don't put in the effort to listen to the whole thing. And had they listened to the whole thing, they never would have bothered me with their questions because they would have seen, they would have gotten the answer they were looking for if they listened all the way through. This type of impatience is by design. Anybody that's been indoctrinated into this stuff doesn't tell you what's going on, but it's not just because of secrecy. You've got to see the whole picture. They know how much you don't know, and they would get tongue-tied trying to tell you because they know how you are programmed. Once you see the truth, you see how everybody is programmed. And it's that programming that they use to try to perceive their reality, and the programming is wrong. The way they're looking at things is wrong. Completely wrong. How you're resolving images, even. And they don't know how wrong it is, so you get tongue-tied. Maybe you just write clever lyrics, you become an artist, because you don't know how to tell people. You just don't know how, right? For those of you that know what I'm talking about, you get tongue-tied. So what is needed? What am I doing? I'm doing what I can. But I have had a path, you see. As we all have had a path. And your path is where all of your answers are. Every person listening to me right now. For what you need. Do you hear what I'm saying? What you need as an individual to know yourself. To know what you need to know. You've already been shown.